Hello, hello. Welcome back to What You Want to Know, the podcast where you ask us questions and we tell you what you want to know, okay? We give you all the right answers, okay? I'm Tom, my partner in crime. This is Tanner. Tanner, do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, yes. Hello, I'm Tanner. And yes, we are brothers. I know it might not seem like it, but we are. So let's hope we have a good show. Actually, we know that we're going to have a good show. I'll pass it back to you to introduce the first segment, actually.
Okay, so real quick before I introduce the next segment, okay, I just wanna give us a little shout out here. Okay, so on Twitter, you can follow us at no_whatcha. That's KNOW_whatcha, WHATCHA. Or you can also text in your to the questions that we ask you, or text in with questions that you want us to answer. Okay, at 8564 call us. That's 8564 call us. And I just want to remind you guys, either get on the bus or get out of the way. Okay, this podcast, we're picking up a lot of steam. We're getting a lot of compliments here. Okay, we're cruising. So you got to get on the bus. Okay, join us. We're going to have a lot of fun. All right, so without further ado, as Tanner alluded to, here we go, our first segment of the day. So one of our friends, William, okay, he gave us a question. He wanted to know, okay, if there were real life matchups, okay, head-to-head matchups between minor league baseball teams, which mascot would win? Okay, so we're not talking like playing baseball. We're talking, okay, right now, so for example, if there's two teams, the dogs versus the cats show up, who would win in a fight, the dogs or the cats, right? Okay, there you go. So we said, William, that's a wonderful question. We're going to give you some good matchups, and we're going to give you some winners. Okay, remember this, some winners. Okay, so here we go. First matchup, the Carolina Mudcats versus the Toledo Mud Hens. Okay, pretty interesting concept here. Both of them are in the mud. Okay, they can't leave the mud. So basically, what you got is you got a cat that's adapted for the mud versus a hen that's adapted for the mud. So I'm assuming that the cat, probably webbed, right? Webbed paws, I would assume, to move better in the mud. At the same time, the hen might have webbed feet, giving it better, traction in the mud.
Okay, now,
Tanner.
wait, are we counting the mudcats as a catfish, or are we counting it as an actual cat?
Oh, that's a wonderful question. The mud, very
I think we could take it by the cats, like you said, like a normal cat. Because if they wanted to be called the catfish, they would be called the catfish. But if they want to be called the mudcats, then it's an actual cat in mud. I'm liking that. So I'm thinking like an actual hen in mud versus an actual cat in mud. My decision I think it's pretty simple actually. I'm going with the mudcats, just because I think a cat would take out a hen any day of the week. I'm almost positive of that. I mean, I would love to see it. Well, not actually. I would not actually love to see it. That'd kind of be bad. But I think it would be interesting to see who would win this. But I gotta go with the cat. He's got his paws, and you don't know how big the cat is. It might be a lion. It might be a tiger. You don't know. So, and I would say a hen is relatively the same size every time. So I gotta go with the mudcats. Your choice on this one.
I totally agree with you. I think the Mudcats would win after all. However, that said, let me pose another question. What happens if this was the Mud Roosters? Okay, because roosters have been known to fight. They're pretty aggressive. You never know where they're going to come at you. Okay, they like to kick. They like to peck. If this was a Mud Rooster, Tanner, who would you pick to win, the Mudcat or the Mud Rooster?
Gotta go with the Mud Roosters. It's a mistake for Toledo to go with the Mud Hens. They don't sound as fierce. They went with the Mud Roosters. I feel like a lot of teams would even leave the game before it even started. Just say, listen, I'm out, too afraid. Okay, they're going to the next game. They accept their loss. Okay, so I really think if they would have changed their name to the Mud Roosters, I feel like they would be much more intimidating.
Could not agree more. Yes, I think you'd have to take the Mud Roosters in that matchup. Okay, here we go. Next matchup. Here we go. The Bowie Bay Sox versus the Everett Aqua Sox. Wow. very interesting. A lot to unpack here. Okay,
Yeah.
so the bay socks. So socks, right, that are in a bay. I'm assuming, like a bay being like a cove of a lake, of an ocean.
Yeah.
Versus the aqua socks. So socks that are in water. I really don't know how to break this down. These two teams seem pretty equally matched. Or these two mascots seem pretty equally matched. If I'm being honest with you. However, I think I will have to take the aqua socks, just because aqua could refer to any body of water. So, for example, they could be the ocean socks, or aqua socks from the ocean. Okay, so now all of a sudden you have a bigger body of water. Chances are an ocean, if an ocean was a person, they'd wear really big socks. Whereas if a bay was a person, they'd wear big socks, but not nearly as large as an ocean socks. So for that reason, I'm going to have to go with the aqua socks, just because I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they have the biggest body of water, therefore they wear the biggest socks, therefore those socks will eat up the smaller bay socks.
Okay.
Tanner, your thoughts?
Wow. I'm actually gonna go with the Bay Sox here. A little bit of a disagreement.
Okay.
Because I think one key factor that you forgot about was that the Bay Sox, they know their territory. They've been in one situation their whole life, in a small bay, right? Well, the Aqua Sox are going freshwater, saltwater. They're going Arctic. They're going Indian Ocean. Okay, they're going everywhere. They don't know where everything is. Well, the Bay Sox, on the other hand, they can attack from all angles. They know where you are. They know when you're going to be there. They know where they are. I just think because of the territory and where they're located, and they know where they are at all times, I feel like that I got to give it to them, kind of like the American Revolution, right? The Americans knew where they were at all times. So I got to give it to the Bay Sox here.
That is a very good take. I like that a lot. However, I will defend the Aqua Sox. Okay, so I do like that. However, the Aqua Sox, because they have so many different bodies of water that they could come from, they're extremely adaptable. Extremely adaptable. So they can come at you. They can learn quick, and then they can get you. Okay, so we're going to call that one a draw. William, I'm sorry. We didn't come to a consensus on that one. Don't worry about it. We're moving on. Okay, remember.
I just want to point out that we're talking about socks right now, learning about water. I think it's brilliant. That's why you guys watch the show right here. Brilliant stuff coming out of us. We're talking about regular old human socks learning how to adapt in water. So I just want to thank anybody who's listening right now. And that's why you're here, because we tell you. I bet you never thought about that before, but we tell you about it. Okay. Now you know. Now you can tell all your friends. Tell them, listen, socks can adapt in water.
It doesn't get much better than that. Okay,
Yeah,
it really doesn't. Where are you going to learn about stuff like this except from right here? Okay, that's what we got on our competition. Okay, the hottest of hot takes, the coldest of cold takes, the middlest of middle takes. Okay, we're always coming at you with new stuff. Okay, next matchup. Here we go. Okay, here we go. The Erie Sea Wolves versus the Portland Sea Dogs. Oh, that's tough. Okay, again, very close. So they're both from the sea. Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. Here we go, though. Here we go. I'm going to say that the Sea Dogs refers to seals.
Okay.
Because seals are very much like dogs. I don't know if you've ever seen like the videos of them, but like they always come up next to the sailors and like they're always looking at them, and like they seem very receptive. They seem just about as smart as dogs too, as just about as smart as wolves. Okay, and if anyone's ever seen a leopard seal, those things are scary. Okay,
that is true.
They hunt down.
Very, very true. They're very scary. Like if you guys don't know about them, they're like twice the size of any normal dog, or even like a sea lion. They're ginormous. Okay, so and they're scary too. I've honestly seen a seal like literally take down a human. It's very, very scary. So I'll give it back to you. Sorry.
Oh, thank you very much. My light went out right there. But yes, no. Again, just like Tanner said, leopard seals incredibly scary. Okay, so now all of a sudden we're talking not just one of them, but a whole bunch of them fighting a whole pack of sea wolves. Those I don't know any other sea wolves. No, those are just regular wolves in the sea. The wolves in the sea, they're out of their element. Okay, completely out of their element. But the sea dogs, the leopard seals, they're out there, and they're going to get them. They're going to bring them down to the bottom of the ocean. Sea dogs wins, leopard seals wins. That's my take. Tanner, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, and I fully agree with you because the sea dogs, right? They're coming at you. They can go underwater forever. They can stay there for insane amounts of time, right? Well, the sea wolves, they're paddling, right? They're paddling like a normal dog or like a normal wolf, basically. And all of a sudden, the sea dog comes from behind them because they swam underneath them. So, yeah, bam, out of here. Yep. So I got to go with the Sea Dogs on this one. Portland. I don't know. I don't really have too much other to say about that one. I feel like that's like the 116 seed. Okay. I mean, literally, I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, the Seawolves might pull a UMBC. The 116 seed. I don't know, but you just can't predict that. So I'm going with the Sea Dogs here.
Agreed. Okay. Now this is probably this next matchup is probably my favorite. Here we go. We got the New Orleans Baby Cakes versus the Akron Rubber Ducks. Wow.
That's a good matchup.
Wow. How do we even approach this? Okay, how would anybody else approach it? I don't know, but this is how I'm going to approach it. Okay, so cakes, right? It's a lot of different things. They come together, right? Okay, you got to cook it up. You got your flour, your sugar, or there's frosting on top, right? Okay, all this different stuff. I'm going to say that these cakes are the sum of their parts, right? So all these different ingredients that come in here, okay, they're pretty strong ingredients, right? Sugar has the ability to make people fat, right? Also, wheat can grow across entire fields, very expansive, okay? And that's all these different things are in cakes, right? And then also too, these are baby cakes. So these baby cakes haven't grown up yet, right? So they're still babies. They can turn in. They have a lot of potential. Okay, they can grow into whatever. Okay, they can grow into really strong cakes. So I am going to say, wow, I just changed up my mind. I was going to say the baby cakes were going to win, but then I was thinking about my argument. They're still baby cakes. They're still kind of small. Therefore, the Rubber Ducks beat them because they're so inexperienced. That said, if this was the New Orleans Cakes, so grown-up cakes, the cakes win. The cakes take this one, okay, because they can turn into really strong mega cakes. But the babies, they're still babies. Therefore, while they do have a lot of some of their parts and they have the ability to be strong, they aren't yet strong. Rubber Ducks take it. Not because of anything that the Rubber Ducks do, just because the baby cakes are weak. Tanner.
I was thinking the same thing. Okay, when you said that the cakes were baby, I was like, listen, they haven't matured yet. Okay, so I really think it's a mistake by New Orleans, kind of like Toledo, the Mud Hens. If they were the Mud Roosters, okay, would have been a better team. But yeah, if they were the New Orleans Cakes, that would have been wonderful. They would have destroyed the Rubber Duckies. But also one thing, the Rubber Duckies, or the Rubber Ducks, my bad, not the Rubber Duckies. They go in, you don't know how many there are, okay? They could be giant. I've seen some giant Rubber Ducks, or they could be small. But even if they are small, and
they can be very numerous.
Yes, exactly. If they have a ton of them, how is a little tiny baby cake gonna take out a giant Rubber Ducky or a small one that has plenty of them? So I got to go with the Rubber Duckies here, or the Rubber Duck.
Well, and also just to play devil's advocate with you, you could say, well, you don't know how many baby cakes there's going to be. There could be a lot of those. But still, I think a Rubber Duck is in a better position to attack than any one baby cake.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. To where, once again, the Rubber Ducks, they're not Rubber Duckies, they're Rubber Ducks, which means they could even be more matured than rubber duckies. And so once again, the baby cakes are always going to be small. The rubber ducks might be giant. You don't know.
Agreed. Agreed. Very good point. All right, here we go. Just one more matchup here for you, William. Okay. Okay, so this one is the Jackson Generals versus the Harrisburg Senators. Okay, very interesting matchup here. So, this is pretty interesting. So, I would probably say, starting off, that the Senators, they have a lot of power, right, in Congress, okay? They're very powerful. They can help make the laws, okay? They control, Congress in America controls, they have the power to declare war, right? So it's a lot of power in the Senators, okay? A lot of power there. The generals do lead armies. However, it's against the law to do that. That said, and this is my driving home point. Here we go. Julius Caesar, he was in charge of the army, right? Okay, over in Rome, the Roman Republic. He was out there and he was kicking butt. Okay, and he disagreed with the Roman senators. Okay, he wasn't happy. Okay, so he said, you know what? I'm going to break the laws. I'm taking my army. I'm taking over Rome. I can do it better, and that's what he did. He took over Rome. Okay, he ended the Roman Republic. What a shame. Very sad. I know, but he used his general powers to take out the senators. Okay. But actually, now wait a second. Let's follow this to the end.
Wow.
Changing my mind. Oh, this is a 2 changing the minds in a row. The senators came back, though, Brutus, and took out Caesar. Et tu, Brute. There you go. The senators have more power because they were able to take out Caesar. I'm using my own story to change my mind. There you go. The senators have more power because in the Julius Caesar story, they lost, acted like they lost, and then they took them out. So senators, they're going to win.
Wow. Okay. Wow, that was a very nice, very nice. I was wondering if you were going to bring in the end of the story there. But very nicely done. I like that a lot. I hate to disagree, but I got to go with the generals. Okay. The senators, they're telling the generals, they're like, hey, can you go attack this land over here, right? Generals are like, okay. And then they go off, right? They pull a Yui. They don't like the senators very much. Take out the senators, okay? Kind of like Julius Caesar. But then they get away somehow. They don't let anybody come at them again like the senators came back and got Julius Caesar. No, they're going to take off. And they're going to beat the next team. And they're going to beat the team after that. And they're going to beat the team after that. Sure enough, they're probably going to win the whole thing, okay? So I got to go with the Jackson.
No, wait a second. To clarify, the generals are going to be on such a hot streak after beating the senators that the senators won't have enough time to ever catch them again?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, they're going to have no time. And they might catch back up to them, but then the generals are going to take them out again and keep going. Okay? So I'm feeling generals.
I like that a lot. Okay. Well, again, William, I'm sorry we did disagree on that one. But hey, that's okay. Whoever wins that matchup, we called it. We got both winners. There you go.
It's true.
Okay. Well, guys, that does it for this week's What You Want to Know. Okay, but now it's time for What We Want to Know.
Yeah.
Okay? So this week's question, again, we gave it to you last week at the end of that video. We said, what is the worst / most painful thing to step on? Okay? There's a lot of things that you could step on. Pretty interesting. Tanner, what was one of our viewers' answers?
Okay, yeah. So we got a good amount of answers. So I thank all the viewers. Thank you very much. Again, please text into 8564. Call us. Let us know. I know you're not calling, you're texting, but you're texting and you're letting us know your answers, okay? But yeah, we got some very good answers. I'm excited about this week's. But I'll start off with the good one. I like this one a lot. Shout out to one of the viewers, and they said a fishing hook. Okay. I know you're probably thinking, oh man, that's kind of like a basic answer, right? But if you guys haven't known, there's a barb on the fishing hook where when it goes in, it won't come out. the fishing hook's gonna go into your skin. It's not gonna come out. Okay, it's gonna be stuck there forever. Okay, I mean, unless you want to get surgery, or you want to cut a bigger hole in your skin to get it out. I know it's dangerous. Okay, that's why I do not want a fishing hook in my foot. Okay, very scary thing. So it's harmful. It's painful, and I don't like this. So that is one of the worst things to step on, and I fully agree with one of our viewers here. I just think that's a very good answer. So I'll give it back to you for the next viewer's answer.
Okay, very nice. I like that answer a lot. Okay, so one of our viewers said Legos. Okay, that's very painful. Now, I do have a lot of experience. You know, when I'm home and I'm walking around, if I step on one of my brother's Legos, whoo, it hurts. It hurts very much. Okay, so yes, especially if you get one of those pointy Legos, you know, or if someone finished like, let's say like you know, like a vehicle made out of Legos, and they step on the Legos, you know, and you get like one of those sharp corners. Now you're not just stepping on one, you're stepping on a whole bunch. It hurts. All right, so that's another good one. Pretty unique. I like that a lot. Tanner, back to you. Another one.
Yeah, and also off the Legos, if you guys were following our Twitter, all I'm saying is that you would have gotten a little bit of a sneak peek there. So make sure you follow our Twitter. But we'll move on to the next one. So this is actually my personal answer. Okay, as you guys know, we answer these questions personally sometimes too. So my answer, it's a little bit out of the box, but it's inside our solar system. Okay, we're going with the sun. Okay, we're going in. I mean, just think about it. The sun, insanely hot. Okay, I think that your foot would instantly burn off. Okay, so first of all, on a fishing hook, your foot's not going to fall off. You're going to be able to save it. Okay, on a Lego, your foot's not going to fall off. It's going to be okay. Now, the sun. First of all, I don't know how you're going to get to the sun without burning up already. But if you do make it to the sun, which I give you credit if you make it, just don't put your foot on there because it's going to be painful. I guarantee you that. Okay, I don't have experience, but once again, we know the answer to all your questions. Okay, so all I'm going to say is the sun would be very painful. Don't try it. Okay, it's going to be harmful. Remember, these are the worst things to step on. Okay, they're not the best things to step on. Okay, that would be a different segment. But we got the worst things to step on. The sun is a pretty bad thing to step on.
Could not agree more. Sun, very bad. Tanner, I like that answer a lot. I like that answer a lot. All right, now another one of our listeners said that a saw would be very painful / worst to step on. That got me thinking. Okay, well, if it's a regular saw, you know, handheld, not moving, you know, maybe you step on the side of the blade. That's not too bad. Okay, but I'm gonna think, because again, this is the worst case scenario using our noggins. Okay, here we go. This is a power saw. This is upside down, and it's spinning really fast. It's on. Okay, if you step on that, and please, all viewers, never try this. Okay, don't do it. Okay, but if you accidentally step on it, I mean, my gosh, that is gonna hurt. Okay, and there's a chance that you could lose your foot. Okay, but here's the thing though. It wouldn't chop it straight through. You know, it might be a little jagged, okay? So, like, if you step on the sun, right, it's going to be a clean chop or clean sizzle, right? But if you step on a saw and you're not lucky enough to save it, it's going to be an ugly gash. It's not going to be very easy. It's going to be rough, okay? So it potentially could be worse than the sun, but I don't think it is just because the chances of you cutting it off are less than 100% with the saw, but they are 100% with the sun. So I think the sun, you know, you got to give it to the sun. Real quick, speaking of the sun and its light, I just ran out of light. So I'm going to move around.
Okay, I like a little shuffle. Hope you don't step on a Lego there. Okay.
I did not step on a Lego there.
That's impressive. Round of applause. Very nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, Let's see here. So we're going to wrap this up pretty quick here, but I just want to run through some other answers. So another viewer said a child's poop.
Okay.
That's pretty disgusting.
That's
And
bad.
yeah, that would be pretty bad. Another viewer said a pointy pebble on a street while you're barefoot. So it's not just regular pebble, but a pointy one. That would really hurt. That's a good answer. I like that. Moving on, another viewer said a thumbtack. Yes, that would hurt. When I was younger, I actually stepped on a nail. So that's, a little bit bigger scale than a thumbtack, but a thumbtack would hurt probably just as much. Tanner, when we were messing around earlier, you mentioned stepping on a megalodon.
Yep, that's true.
That
would be rough.
that would be pretty rough. That would be pretty rough. However, it wouldn't be too bad if you just like stepped on its back, and then you were able to get away. It's not the worst. But if you did step like in the mouth,
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, I also want to point out again, we were messing around a little bit. Hot glue would be pretty bad. I feel like 1, the initial pain. 2, you're stuck. 3, what if you're home alone? Just a disaster. So I would say that's a pretty bad one to step on too.
I agree. I think that's pretty rough. But okay, now my personal entry into this. Okay, the worst thing that you could step on is a polar bear cub. Okay, here's my reasoning. Okay, polar bear cubs, they're small. They blend in with the snow if you're in the Arctic. If you accidentally step on one, you're not using your eyes. Okay, all of a sudden, the mama polar bear that's really close, she's going to be after you. And let me tell you, you cannot outrun a polar bear. You cannot outswim a polar bear. You cannot outfly a polar bear. Neither of you fly. Okay, there's not much you can do to get away from a polar bear. You're going to be a goner. Guaranteed you're going to be a goner. Do not step on polar bear cubs. Well, one, that's mean to the cub. I mean, the last thing you should do is just, the first thing you should do after you step on one, apologize to the cub. Try to be nice. And then after that, the polar bear's going to get you.
High five, maybe, let them know.
Maybe, go out with a bang, give them a high five and be like, I high five the polar bear. And then, as the mom comes charging at you. So anyway, I think that would be mine. But again, all good answers. Nice job, viewers, on that segment. Okay, so just real quick, I'm going to wrap it up here. So what we want to know for next time, okay, here's our question that we want you guys to DM us on Twitter at no_whatcha, WHATCHA, okay, or text in at 8564, call us. That's right, text in at 8564, call us, okay, there you go. The question is, what is the most unique / effective way to kill weeds? Okay, so you're starting your own garden. Okay, all of a sudden these really tough weeds come up. How do you take them out? Okay, it's got to be unique and it's got to be effective. Okay, maybe it's a flamethrower. I don't know. Maybe.
Shout out to the person who said flamethrower for the first episode, which was the most unique way to cut your lawn. Okay, so now you're cutting your lawn with a flamethrower. Now some weeds pop up. What do you do? Okay, so shout out to that person right there.
Very nice. Good memory, Tanner. Very nice. And also just to separate this, a little bit from that first question. Okay, these weeds, they're really strong. Okay, they can be kind of tall. Okay, and you're not trying to get a huge area of them down. No, it's very selective. You got to pinpoint them. So it gives you a little bit more freedom to really pinpoint in and really be unique in how you're taking them out. All right, so that's that. We hope you enjoyed this show. I think that was pretty good overall. No, just kidding. That was fantastic. This is one of our best shows ever. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, the next show is 1 week from now, 9 o'clock Eastern time. There you go. Tanner, you want to send us out?
Sure. I just want to thank you guys so much. Thank you for all the people who are tuning in live too. It was a wonderful show. We're keep getting better and better. Happy to say that. That's pretty much all I gotta say. Just a wonderful show. Please let us know your answers to the question. I think it's gonna be a good one. And tell your friends, okay? I feel like that's gonna be huge. Okay, tell them, they might want to know who's gonna win, a base sock or an aqua sock. Okay, who's gonna now? Where else are you gonna find that? Nowhere else. Okay, you're gonna find it here. Tell your friends. That's pretty much all I gotta say. Thank you guys.